Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Solitary Scripting. Glad to see you all here. So, quick update. So yesterday I had stopped after completing all the rotate arrays problems. So let's just see what is there for today. So there's something called disappearing elements and a bunch of videos on strings. I think that should be fairly simple because it's just videos, yeah. So 100 points. So yeah, my goal is to try to do 16 and 17 for today. So I'll see how it goes. It's already 6:30 p.m. I know it's fairly late. So anyways, I'll get started on these assignments and I'll let you know how it goes. So see you guys in a bit. Please stick around and yeah, I'll give you a quick update. Hey guys, so sorry about that. Hey guys, I'm back. So quick update. I solved the 16th question, is it? Whatever, the disappearing elements problem. So funnily enough, they had given a hint that you have to use the approach used in the previous problem, used to solve the most optimized, uh, you have to use the same approach that you had used in solving the rotate arrays, the most optimized approach. But apparently, I had used a different approach from what was taught in Sharpener. And so I got a bit confused and I ended up using an approach with a higher time complexity. So yeah, I actually, sat down and thought about it for a while, but since I didn't, really, I didn't get the approach. So what I ended up doing was I, whatever approach I had solved it in, I submitted that, and yeah, now I'm sort of going back and looking at the rotate arrays approach that Sharpener has solved with. It's pretty fascinating. So it's a new approach that I haven't seen even on YouTube or anywhere, right? So I was uh, I was pretty surprised, and as you can see, I've completed just one problem after all the rotate arrays, and so I guess it's pretty late. It's almost 8 p.m. I'll actually do the strings part a bit later. So I will club those videos. I'll club that after this, and yeah, I'll make it one longer video. So you'll see the strings also in a bit, and post that. See you in the next video, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Solitary Scripting. So, quick update. Yesterday, like I mentioned, so today is actually 24th Jan 2024, right? So, yesterday, pretty late in the evening, solved one problem, and as I mentioned, I was having a tough time understanding the logic that was used to solve that particular rotate array problem in like O of n. But yeah, I solved it in O of n square. As there was no specific restriction that you have to solve. Actually, they did ask us to solve it of n, I guess, but yeah, it wasn't like a hard rule. So I solved it in O of n square, but I really did want to understand the logic because yesterday, even after watching the hint, I couldn't get the logic. So, and I was a bit stressed at the time, so I thought, okay, fine. That's probably not a great time, to continue learning because then I'll just have spent some time and energy, and whatever I was learning, I was not able to completely break down and digest the knowledge. So I dropped it off there. And yeah, today I picked up that same problem, the same logic first thing in the morning. Spent a good hour and a half on it. So I actually went through the hint video again, understood the logic. There were a couple of mistakes I'd made. So even before going through the hint video, I actually tried to remember whatever I had learned from watching the hint video yesterday. And I thought to without watching the video again today, I tried to solve it, but there were obviously some mistakes that I was making, and it was frankly quite confusing the way that particular problem's code works, right? When trying to solve in often, it's like it's pretty confusing. So I was like, okay, I'm not able to get it even after a good hour and a half. So then I watched the hint video, then again wrote the code, did a dry run of the entire code, and yeah, understood it. Post that, here we are. So so the next assignment was basically, a task on learning about strings. So I'll get started on that, and I'll give you an update once I'm done with it. Hey guys, so I'm back. So went through the videos and resources on strings. So basically, what was explained was how do you create a string in multiple in the various different languages, be it Python, JavaScript, C++, and Java. So above explained how do you create a string, how do you break us or split a string apart into multiple smaller substrings, then how to use the substring method. I'm speaking specifically for Java, right? And also about ASCII values, how they function in strings. What else? Yeah, and how to find the length of a string, right? So these were basically what was explained, and there were like two links to some common resources like W3 Schools and Geeks for Geeks, right? On strings itself, and basically, on the functions that I just mentioned. Not the functions, the inbuilt methods and functions I had mentioned. So to get a better understanding of how these work, in our particular language. So yeah, got done with it. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. So where was I? Yeah, as I was saying, I got done with the video. Also, I learned about how do you loop through a string and get the individual characters out, right? So, and how you can whether you can club strings with the number, and how that works, be it in Java or Python, right? So for every language, it's quite different, but I primarily focused on Java, so I'm entirely focused on Java, not even primarily, because that's the only language I'm using to do the entire DSA. So that's about it. I'll just reload the page and you'll see that it would have changed. It was 69% completion. Now it's at 73%. Let's actually head to the assignments and see what's next, right? So next I have a problem, I guess. So because 250 points validate a string, then the English assignment. So I guess for today, what I'm targeting is probably do the validate string and complete the English assignment at the minimum, right? Yeah, I think I'll focus on those two for now. And if time permits, I'll move on to the next one and see how that works as well. So cool, guys. Let me get started on the next task in the bit manipulation module, and I'll let you know how the validate strings problem was, and yeah, I'll update you once I'm done with it. Cool. Hey guys, I'm back again. So quick update. Solved the problem. Whatever it was called, validate strings, right? It was actually a very simple problem. You just had to use the concepts of looping along with strings. Fairly straightforward, but I made some silly mistakes in the syntax. And while using loops, I think we should always keep in mind, if you're using for loops, we always have the increment within the parentheses. But I used while loops for a change, and I forgot to increment the counter, and so it was the loop was running infinitely, and it kept coming up as time limit exceeded. I was like, such a simple problem, why am I struggling? And then I figured it out, right? So that was basically it. So those are the everyday struggles of learning to code and being a developer, I guess. So simple things will give you more trouble rather than the complex problems, I guess. So that's about that. So completed that problem. Hopefully, if I reload now, it should show a higher completion percentage here. Okay, so we are at 78% done with the module. I'm actually a bit nervous for the Fine Ground Zero simulator. So yeah, if we check on the assignments, you can see it's an English assignment, right? So the first English assignment was recording a video of myself speaking. So it was, pretty fun. I think, it improves communication. And I believe I mentioned that I would try Cambly out if certain things fell into place, which I will still do. I'm just waiting on it. And yeah, I think I'll move on to the English assignment too. I'll at least see what the assignment is about, and if possible, I guess I can easily record a video uh, quickly and be done with this as well. It'll give me some peace of mind, and then perhaps in the evening I'll probably start off with the maximum number of words and minimum requirement for palindrome. So that way, I guess we'll be much closer to the target. And as per the original timeline, I guess I should complete in the next 3 days, if I'm not wrong. So I have 7 days and 1 hour. So the 3 days will be reduced to 2 days after today. So yeah, I guess I can still, I'm still focusing on being able to complete that. But obviously, you saw me some of the bit manipulation problems, right? The divide two integers, sort integer by number of set bits, and number to hexadecimal. Certain problems, took a more time, and it's understandable. The focus is obviously more on, being able to understand the logic and I guess being able to understand the approach to solving the problem. So I think that is the key. So which is why I didn't rush it when I was doing only one problem a day. And I even mentioned, some days I wasn't able to, do it. I missed out a couple of days in between. But yeah, I keep, pushing myself and in my mind, because one is obviously I'm making these videos and sharing it on YouTube, so it's publicly. So that also gives me some accountability in my mind, right? Subconsciously, it's like, okay, I'm putting out videos, so I have to be consistent, right? So that is one way. And the other is, yeah, just personally, I keep reminding myself of that thing that you have to be consistent in order to reach the goal, because there's no other way around it, right? Anything, any task, any craft you want, you have to push yourself and be consistent. And without it, I'll never get anywhere. So might as well do it now rather than regret it later. So that's basically the logic. Cool. I'll just get back to the English assignment and I'll let you know how it went and what it was about. Cool, guys. See you in the next video. See you in a while, right? Once I complete the assignment, I'll update you, and that'll be it for today. Hey, guys, I'm back again. So it might have sounded like I was going to end the video, but sorry about that. So quick little update. Yeah, I got done with the English assignment. It was surprisingly a lot more difficult to go through with this assignment than the previous one. I'm not entirely sure why that is. The topic was basically, on how you would explain about your strengths and weaknesses. So there was a nice link to another YouTube video by a professional. So she was able to, clearly articulate how to say it. I I felt like I could have done a much better job still, but unfortunately, for whatever reasons I'm yet to figure out, I wasn't able to, speak as confidently and as well and as structured. And whatever I said was could have been much better structured as well. But yeah, I felt like the answer that I gave was probably, I would say, if I had to score myself, I would give it maybe a 70 to 75 best case scenario. So I think, yes, I will have to improve on that a little more. So that was it, that was basically the assignment, to record yourself, to record a video of yourself explaining, your strengths and weaknesses. And as per what they had shared, I felt like I recorded a reasonably decent video, but perhaps when I get to the placement module, I'll have some more insights to share with you folks on how one can best portray themselves when such questions come up. See, the words that I'm using now, are significantly better, I feel. I don't know, perhaps it was the self-consciousness as soon as I saw myself on video. Maybe that was it. But yeah, I'll beat this soon, I will get over it together. So that was basically the assignment, got done with it. Let's just update the module. It should probably be at 80 to 83%, roughly around that. Okay, it's at 82. Cool, no worries. So what is next in line? I have 4 more problems remaining. So I'm sorry. So I don't know if these are on strings or if this is a combination of strings and arrays, but it certainly is going to be pretty important. And I think I'll have to revise the initial, bit manipulation problems as well, because it's been a while, and yeah, I don't want to lose track of them. I think there are certain concepts and certain problems, and I would like to revise primarily because the approach was quite novel that I didn't come up with in the first time around. So I think focusing on those would be helpful for the upcoming FANG Ground Zero simulator or DSA test, basically. So yeah, so I will get on with the problems in the evening, but this is where this video will end, right? I think I've made decent progress in this particular video, so I think this is where I'll be signing off. Thank you guys for coming to the channel, staying here, watching the content. I hope I'm getting slightly more entertaining, or it's not as bad to listen to what I have to say for such long durations in the video, but hopefully some of this helps. And yeah, if you have any thoughts, you can share them in the comments. I would appreciate a like from you guys, right? It would boost my confidence and get me a little more motivated than normal. So yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, like always, if you have any friends or relatives looking to get into web development, do share them the videos. Maybe I'll be able to, at least listening to what I have to say so far, they can at least get a good idea of what they can expect in terms of becoming a web developer, and more so if they join Sharpener, right? So that is the end of it. And by the way, Sharpener is not sponsoring any of this, right? I mean, if they would have sponsored it, I would have gladly told so, but they have not done any marketing anywhere, and I don't think ever want them to sponsor me. I think that would sort of defeat the purpose as well, right? So sorry about that. There's some woman selling. Uh, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what she was selling. Couldn't really hear. So yeah, sorry about the disturbance. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care. Have a good day. Bye bye.